What is up, my Stone RighteousRaikou, just charging you a brand new episode this week in WWE, joined by, as always, my boy Conscious.
Hello.
So, this week, I'd say it wasn't the worst of the weeks, but definitely could have been better. A lot of, with Raw's promo, what?
I was going to say, for a go-home show, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah. So, start off with Raw. The opening segment start off with Kurt Angle. He started talking about TLC, and then came down the Shield in the original Shield fashion of the music going through the crowd. Nice nostalgia trip. And then there was just a whole promo from there, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see the Shield, but
Yeah.
Then after that, it was the actual matches were Jason Jordan and the members of Titus Worldwide versus Elias and the members of the club.
Which
it was a quick match.
Yep. The people who should have won the match. That was
Jason Jordan.
Yep. Because even though the Titus brand don't have a lot of momentum, Jason Jordan has some momentum going for him, and he needs to continue that momentum. So having him pick up a victory is smart.
And as long as they don't have Elias eat the pin, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
After that, it was Cedric Alexander, accompanied by Rich Swann, versus Jack Gallagher, accompanied by Brian Kendrick.
I actually enjoyed that match. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed that match.
Well, they're good workers.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm trying to remember the match because I was tuning back and forth.
It was a back and forth, a normal back and forth match. There was some interference.
I thought there was some outside interferences with like Brian Kendrick and all that.
Yeah, then Rich Swann took out Brian Kendrick, and Cedric ended up picking up the win.
That's how it's done. Honestly, they need to make Cedric look strong.
Because to be honest, he is the next champion.
He better be. I don't want Enzo back at the freaking top. If fucking Enzo gets the title on TLC,
if Enzo gets the title, I want him to hold the title and have Cedric take home.
Honestly, if I think Kalisto just will drop it to Cedric.
No, that would require. What I would rather have it is Enzo. Have Enzo pick it up. Have Enzo pick it up again. Have him take the title and just have Cedric squash him. He still has some bitterness for stealing his title opportunity in the first place. Yeah. They'll have him come back and just destroy him. Absolutely eradicate him. Because as of right now, they don't have anyone big pushing that division besides Enzo, because Neville is seemingly gone. So the next best thing, in my opinion, would be Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best they have on their roster.
Because the problem with them basically letting Neville leave is that they just lost one of their best workers. And he brought the Cruiser division to a high expectation of performance. But Enzo, as soon as he came in, he only brought numbers. He didn't bring in entertainment.
Which I think the game plan here is to stall right now, because there are supposed to be rumors of
please not Leo Rush.
No, not Leo. God, Ricochet is supposed to be signed with WWE.
He better not go to 205 Live.
If he does,
he's gonna quit. You know he's gonna quit.
He's gonna go 205. He's gonna go.
No, but like if they say go to 205 Live, he's gonna say bye, because he knows it's a joke.
The thing is, if they pay him enough, he wouldn't care. I can tell you that now. If they pay him enough, he would not care.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, then if they do it that way, then we can't watch AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Come on, you know you want that. Don't you lie to me.
No, there are other matches I would rather see first for AJ, and I don't think AJ has a lot, like, in a same amount of time left.
And we'll get to AJ in the next show, but back on track. We had a Miz TV segment. with just a big promo from The Miz, The Bar, and Braun Strowman. It just
Yeah.
And speaking of is Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. What a squash match.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell WWE Creative's doing. I don't fucking know anymore.
They're not doing anything. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Next match on the card, or not, it was a match. It was a segment. It was Kalisto and Enzo. This promo actually turned out to be really important because it finally solidified Enzo's heel turn, where right in the middle of the promo work, 4 heels of the Cruiser division. It was Noam Dar, Arya Daivari, Drew Gulak, and one other person, I think.
It was Drew Gulak, Arya Daivari, Tony Nese was the 4th,
and Tony Nese. Yeah, so he's the 4th.
Yep.
And they attacked Kalisto all from behind, and then eventually he hits the whatever he calls the finisher Gail Kim uses.
Eat the feet.
Yeah, but that's the name for like the Gail Kim finisher. I don't know if he changed the name for it.
I have no idea, but I know
whenever he does it, it just looks so weak.
Yeah.
At least like Gail Kim, like, because she's so flexible. Like as soon as she twists and contorts her whole body to hit it.
Yeah. And you have you had what the fuck is his name with the 054? How's his name?
What are you talking about?
The wrestler, the cruiser, his inverted 450, his finisher.
Mustafa
Ali came out to help him and got attacked from behind himself, and the heels went off and set up for a match on Tuesday on 205 Live.
Wait, well, I mean that also happened. That the same promo almost happened again. Like it happened almost the exact same way on 205 Live.
Yeah.
It was just a repeat. 205 Live was completely missable this week. They couldn't top the 2 out of 3 falls match from last week. But moving on, we had Rollins and Ambrose versus The Bar for the tag team championships. It was hype.
It was decent. Yeah, it was decent, and Rollins and Ambrose won. Oh, we forgot to mention, they made this earlier. If the Shield won both their matches, which was the tag match and the steel cage match, then they would return to a 3-on-3 match. If they lost either one of the matches, it would have turned into a 5-on-3 handicap.
And we'll get into that because I want to talk a lot about that.
Yeah.
Because some people aren't gonna like my or some people won't agree with my opinion on how I felt about that. But yeah, decent match. The next thing that led up to was a Finn Balor segment. He basically put a play on Bray Wyatt's weird Sister Abigail promo.
Yeah.
And then talking about like
that was fucking weird. I did not.
His stuff.
I did not. I hated that fucking shit. It was bad.
This is a pointless feud, to be honest.
And to be honest, just so you know, it might not even happen Sunday.
I will legit not even be surprised if it gets scrapped.
No. There's a reason why it's gonna get scrapped. It's not because anything. The reason why it might end up being scrapped, there's a meningitis running around WWE right now, right?
Is there?
Yeah. And there's a weird bacterial meningitis running around at WWE right now.
I mean, tons of workers work sick.
Yeah. Well, no. It's getting to the point where a couple of workers have had to leave. For example, Curtis Axel.
He was just on TV on Raw.
Curtis Axel.
Dallas?
Dallas. That's why he's not there, because he has that. Bray, apparently, that's why Bray wasn't there, too, because he had it as well. Yeah, so it's actually something that could be kind of serious.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, the promo was just weird. I don't like it. Then we had Alexa Bliss and Emma versus Mickie James and Bayley, and with Mickie James pinning Alexa Bliss, and the match was nothing special, and it kind of just fell flat.
I agree with you 100% on that. The match could have been better. It was just like, oh, leading up to the pay-per-view, blah 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 bullshit.
Yeah, and the thing is with Mickey James pinning Alexa Bliss, if they're going with their usual formula that just means Alexa Bliss retains,
Pretty much, yeah.
which I'm fine with that. Mickey James doesn't really need another title.
It literally just filling in the fucking women's division until Asuka comes in and takes the damn title.
Yeah, I mean, it still makes Alexa Bliss look like a strong champion, which is really good, though. And then the last match of the night, Strowman versus Roman Reigns in a steel cage match. And, yeah, it was a decent match considering, like, you got two... Whenever you put Strowman and Roman in the same ring, they will literally destroy each other.
Yep, and then the big surprise of the night, Kane
came back. Jesus Christ.
Comes through the ring, chokeslam, Roman takes
a slam, 1, 2, 3.
No, he got chokeslam, power slam, tombstone, then power slammed again. This is for the 1, 2, 3.
That Roman got destroyed.
In which I couldn't give two shits about Kane coming back. I'm not gonna lie, because when I first saw it, I was having mixed emotions. But why? I think it would have been better if they brought Kane back 2 weeks ago, and have this week be an explanation of why he attacked him and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I get what they're gonna go with, but
because people have been talking about this, maybe it might be because Kane's like, "Oh, you retire my brother, so I'm getting revenge for my brother." Blah blah blah. It makes no sense. It just kind of leaves a lot of questions unanswered, and it seems like they just kind of forced Kane in there. So if anyone is going to eat the pin from that team, it's going to be Kane.
The thing is, though, like what I find weird about a TLC match is usually it's not won by pinfall.
Yeah.
So like they don't have a title on the line, so it makes no sense.
I don't really care.
But yeah, now we get Kane, Strowman, The Bar, and Miz versus The Shield, and we're gonna have The Shield obviously win because why would we stop the Reed idea?
If the Shield wins, then it makes everyone on the other team look very weak. You lost in a 5-on-3. The only way they could justify that is they have two more people come out and help the Shield in the middle of the match. That's the only way logically you can
No, it's gonna be just a surprise attack from the Hardys.
Well, no, Jeff is out.
I don't know, if Matt Hardy and Finn Balor or something.
It could be Finn if Bray is actually
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be Titus Worldwide.
Oh my god.
Yo, millions of dollars, Darren Young.
Okay, next.
Next was SmackDown.
Which was better than Raw.
Yes, I will agree.
Like always.
First off was the show opener was Daniel Bryan trying to address the actions of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell. Basically, it's like, oh, he doesn't understand what happened. And then eventually Sami and Kevin come down, and Sami's like, oh, it's like a lot of people compare me to you, but really, we're nothing the same. Because I still have a career, you don't.
Damn.
It was just a lot of like savage comments like that, and I'm just like, Sami, it hurts to hear you say these things, but it's so terrific they're actually doing something with you.
Yep.
Honestly though, after what has it been, 2-3 years since the apron powerbomb?
Yep.
After about 2 to 3 years of the whole storyline of them hating each other, that they're finally friends again. It's ridiculous, but this actually has the biggest payoff of all the stories right now. Like, I don't see any other current story that's paying off as well as this, and this will continue to pay off for Sami. Like, I actually see him beating somebody for a championship, probably Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Which I'll be fine with that, honestly. But then it's heel versus heel, or tweener if you really make Baron Corbin a tweener, which no, you can't. But moving on, was a 6-woman tag match of Natalya, Tamina, and Lana versus Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi.
Could I give two shits about that match?
Not really. It's just Lana taps out to the figure 8 in like 8 minutes.
Yeah. Next.
Yo, Fashion Files Pulp Fashion was fantastic.
Probably the segment of the night.
There was a side promo that I'll say was probably just as good. But I'll get into that after
The
this.
gender one?
No, actually, um, it was the Usos and then
Um,
the new American Alpha essentially.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yo, I liked it.
Chad Gable should not try to rap. Please, God, Chad, no, God, no, Chad, stop it.
He wasn't really like rapping though, but he straight up like it's like yo respect, psych, oh, get shit on. But yeah, Fashion Files, but it was funny because I loved all the Pulp Fiction references, and
Yep.
then Ascension, just I like the fact they're getting something to do with their life, but
Yep.
god damn it,
To think they're the longest reigning NXT champions feels very bad, man.
feels really bad. You know who was the second longest NXT champion? Neville. Look where that got him.
Yep.
So moving on, we got Sin Cara versus Baron Corbin. I don't want to talk about it.
Cigar won by count out, blah blah blah, don't really care.
It was a minute and 30-second match, and half that match wasn't even broadcasted.
Don't care. I give two shits about it.
I mean, I give a shit considering it just makes Baron Corbin look weak considering he just beat AJ Styles clean the week before. It made me angry. Really angry. But moving on, Jinder Mahal and AJ Styles. It was the first Jinder Mahal promo saying how at Survivor Series he's going to challenge Brock Lesnar.
Or Lesnar.
I'm like, okay, who eats the pin there? What's more important, Jinder Mahal's marketing in India or Brock Lesnar?
Which is gonna be, which
It'll
pretty
be the
much
worst match of the year.
it's setting up AJ to win the title. In which I hope that AJ wins the title and it sets up for AJ versus Shinsuke at Mania.
And maybe people will actually start watching SmackDown again.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, WWE is kind of in a free fall right now. Their ratings was low as shit on Raw.
Yeah, considering like they saved up. Oh, they already had their big spots, and especially like this week was deflating.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, SmackDown, at least are like somewhat consistent. I'll give them that.
Hey, oh, so yeah, I forgot to say, it's gonna end up being one of the Singh brothers, Samir, I think it is, versus AJ next week.
Okay, that's gonna be a squash match.
Yeah, pretty much. Then after that, what was the next thing that happened?
It was, well, yeah, after the promo, essentially setting up Jinder versus AJ, was Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler, and then
Didn't care.
Dolph Ziggler won. So
Didn't care.
we got to get this match at Survivor Series. Congratulations, everybody. We never asked for this.
Yep. Was it the last match of the night? It was, wasn't it?
No. The last match of the night was Zayn and Owens versus
Oh,
Shinsuke and Orton.
Shinsuke. Yeah,
It was actually
it
a
was.
decent match.
It was like okay, it wasn't bad.
It's a filler match.
Yeah.
It was filler. But what I did like is so essentially what led up to the end of the match, Shinsuke got thrown to the steps by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens distracted the referee as Orton was trying to set up for the DDT. Sammy hits what almost looked like a really stiff low blow, and then set up for the haluva kick, and then scored the 1-2-3, and they had like the biggest like embrace because oh my god, Sammy won a match. But after the match, they run to Gorilla, and they're like, yeah, Daniel, what are you gonna give us next week, huh? There's gonna be a handicap match, a ladder match. What do you want from us? He's like, oh, I'm not gonna deal with it next week. Shane O'Mac is, and they're like, oh, well, shit. But then they grab a mic and they start cutting a promo, saying that they are SmackDown Live, not Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton or anybody else. And I really did appreciate that.
Yeah.
But then that leads us into 205 Live, which was Enzo. First, start off the night, because really, at best, there's like 2 or 3 matches, and if there's not 3 matches, it's a promo and 2 matches, because the rest is just filled with vignettes. So 205 Live is slightly irrelevant. Hate to say it, but it is. Because I could watch the whole. If I don't watch it on a Tuesday, I could watch the whole thing in 15 minutes. An hour show in 15 minutes.
Pretty much.
But Enzo and Kalisto, same thing happened from Tuesday, where Mustafa Ali came out, tried to help, and then he got hit with all the people, and then set up the later match for Kalisto and Ali versus Enzo and Daivari. And then after that, we got Gallagher versus Swan. I'd say it was decent.
Yeah. Gallagher, in my opinion, is probably one of the slept-on workers. He's a fantastic worker. I love Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them have a match on or actually hell, even a tag team match at TLC of Cedric and Swan versus Gallagher and Kendrick. Just put them on pre-show. I think it would work pretty well. And then last match tonight, Kalisto and Ali versus Enzo and Daivari. Nothing special, honestly. Daivari is not one of the stronger workers. Enzo certainly is not. And then, really, the only person who shines the most is Ali.
Yep, Kalisto is very
But it's still better having him hold a title than Enzo. But yeah, disappointing 205 Live.
Now we got NXT,
which actually was really freaking lit. So you had Sonya Deville versus Amber Moon versus Ruby Riott for contenders.
It was a cool match. And the smartest decision they did was let Amber Moon go over for 2 reasons in particular.
Well, obviously, I love Amber Moon.
Three then. 1, she's a really good wrestler. 2, she is kind of like she's been set up to be the next person to hold the title. She's been like very close a couple times. And 3, it's in her home state.
Yeah, that's actually really, really accurate. One of my favorite spots of the match was as Ruby Riott's locked in the ankle lock from Sonya Deville. You see Amber Moon standing on the top turnbuckle, ready for the eclipse. Hits the eclipse right in Sonya Deville, and it almost looks like it would break Ruby Riott's ankle because the impact from Sonya Deville hitting the canvas while still holding the ankle lock in. So it was perfect. Sonya Deville ended up rolling out, which I don't know if she was intended to eat the cover or Ruby Riott. I didn't know at the time because it could have been a botched fall where as she rolled out of the ring, it's possible that she was supposed to eat the pin, but whatever. Ruby Riott got pinned. Now Ember Moon's in the spot. Regal,
and it sets up for a battle royal for next week to fill the last spot,
which is gonna probably be Billy Kay. Why not?
I wouldn't say Billy Kay. I don't know all the women involved, but
he sounded like he said every woman who hasn't competed yet. So that excludes Riott, excludes Deville, if so, excludes Nikki Cross. But it doesn't exclude the woman that was involved that screwed over Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Because she was... So he's going to put in like everybody from the Mae Young Classic and then Billy Kay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, honestly, Billy Kay in that match. She is a pretty good performer, and I'm getting to be more and more of a fan of what the Iconic Duo does. Because as much as like they're kind of annoying, they do their gimmick well.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that leads into next match, which surprisingly wasn't a squash match. Raul Mendoza versus Aleister Black.
No, don't even bullshit. That was a squash match.
No. This is why I say it's not. No.
He let him get some offense in, but he still just Black Mass is just done over game.
But
GG.
what
Fuck
I'm
out
saying, when I usually define a squash match, it usually involves no offense from the other person.
No. The squash match is more than that. A squash match can have some offense.
But that wasn't just some offense. That was majority of the offense in that match was Raul Mendoza.
I would disagree. For example, what's it called? Some of Braun Strowman's straw matches where they've hit him like they were going gaining up him, blah blah blah, and at the end of the day, it's just like he just wrecks him at the end.
Yeah, but the difference is because that could still be a squash match, considering most of those matches last at least 5 minutes. This was 3 minutes, and Raul Mendoza probably had at least a minute and a half of offense.
It's still a squash match. A squash match is where even if it makes it seem like the reason why they let Raul Mendoza get that much offense in is they want to build this the Velveteen Dream versus Aleister Black, and it makes it seem like the Velveteen Dream is actually affecting Aleister Black's mental state, because before he would just destroy this kid with no question about it. So it makes it's a squash match, but they did it for mental purposes to show, hey, maybe Velveteen Dream's actually starting to get to Aleister Black. That's the reason why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Velveteen Dream, honestly. He's at best, but I really hate his entrance music. It's just them saying Velveteen Dream over and over, to like 80s funk. But that leads us now to a interview with Drew McIntyre talking about the NXT Championship and whatever, and then all of a sudden Selena Vega pops in and she's like, "Oh, I'm taking over this interview now," and essentially saying like, "Oh, you call yourself a fighting champion, why don't you face Cien Almas?" And he's like, "Oh, well, how about if he's a real man, he comes up to my face and asks me for it and challenges me instead of sending his valet." So essentially we're going to be getting Drew McIntyre and Almas within the coming weeks.
Yep.
After that was Cassius Ohno versus Cesar Bononi, and this was a definite squash match.
Yep.
Because I
don't know what to do with Cassius Ohno. I'm a little confused.
Try to build him up for a championship.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or just move him up to main roster and at least like get more just better matches.
Maybe.
Because all he's done is fight enhancement talent because he's fought only enhancement talent so far, and then Kenta.
Yep.
And we already know what happened to Hideo Itami. He's dead.
Yep. Again.
They're because did he get injured with concussion or did he get injured with a bodily injury?
Can't tell you.
Okay, because I'll say if it's concussion, he can't come back to the WWE now.
Why?
Because how many concussions has he had since he came to WWE?
It doesn't matter how many concussions you've had. It's just the severity of the concussions.
No, it also matters about how many.
No. I've read about this. It's not the number, but the severity of them. Because whether you know it or not, a lot of wrestlers go through a lot of slight concussions. It's all about the severity. If it's like small concussions where it's like, oh, he took a bump and it's like you took a little too hard bump, and it's just because if you show any sign of any of it, you're not the WWE is not supposed to let you do anything. So that's what I'm saying. It all depends on severity.
Yeah, but I'm saying their wellness policy, you can only have X amount of concussions within a certain amount of time because they do stack. Concussions aren't something that's usually one and done.
No.
Because there is an X amount of recovery time for concussion. Like, you can still work after having a concussion, but you also run the risk of having another concussion. Because you're more sensitive to them now. But anyhow, Last match of night, Sandy versus Undisputed Era. Decent.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. And then, because it ended in
Authors,
a DQ finish because Authors of Pain came out.
they returned again, and that's probably it's pretty much to set up take over the War Games match that they're supposed to be.
The fact they're bringing in War Games, Triple H, why do you do this to us? I fucking can't.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, I'm hyped for War Games. I'm not gonna lie, because we haven't seen it in the longest time. Yep. But I feel it'll be interesting. And then this is possibly spoilers. This was just announced on WWE.com today. Was for NXT Takeover is confirmed for Adam Cole versus Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship with guest referee Shawn Michaels.
Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby. I honestly think Shawn Michaels is probably gonna screw over Drew McIntyre.
Maybe.
I'm thinking about it. Because usually if Shawn Michaels is a guest referee, someone gets screwed over. There's no clean finishes in that. When he was a guest referee for Triple H versus Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell match, yeah, that was not clean. Except the finish ended up being clean because Undertaker eventually won. But like the false finish of the night, that was not clean in the slightest. Oh look, super kick, pedigree. Oh, he still kicked out. Well, shit. So yeah, that was this week in WWE. Honestly, overall, kind of deflating. We kind of just have to hope for Sunday to be good. But with all that, that's gonna do it for this week. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Comment what you thought about this week. Let me know. And I'll see you guys next week. Later.